Hi everybody, welcome back to Jenkins Boat Works. I am Chuck Jenkins. This I believe is going to be the last episode on this Chesapeake 18 build. I do think we'll have some video of launching it and getting rusty in it, in the river and that sort of thing, but that may be a little while. But we'll follow up with that. But as far as the build's concerned, this is pretty much it. This video is going to concentrate on how we got this finish to look like this. And it wasn't easy. There's a ton of sanding involved, and I edited out most all of it, but you'll see how we had to proceed. I did get a Festool orbital sander, and I'm very happy with it, and we'll talk about that just a little bit in the video. And then it's how do we get here? And we used TotalBoat Lust varnish, which I'm very happy with, but I will tell you, don't try to use it if it's over 90 degrees. That's not a good outcome, and you'll see how we had to struggle through that. It actually involved sanding all the varnish back off after I thought I was going to be done with it. So anyway, lessons learned there. If you're interested in the TotalBoat product, you can go to TotalBoat.com, and we'll have a link in the description below to where you could order some and get a discount with a promo code. Don't go to Jamestown Distributors, go to TotalBoat.com. And like I said, we'll have a link in the description. I think the discount's like 10%. So, and I recommend the product. Look at it. It's great. So anyway, if you're new to the channel, would you consider subscribing? It helps us out. And if you're coming back, we're glad you're here. Let's jump in and see how we get the varnish on. I don't want to do a whole lot of video on sanding because it's perfectly boring, but it's extremely important too. I have just recently gone and spent the money, and I got a Festool. And it's about 4 times as expensive as any other orbital sander that you could get. But as much as I sand, I decided to go ahead and get the Cadillac. I'm loving this thing. Couple things about this. It's got a speed control on it right here, and the pad is nice. The other thing though about this is that it doesn't use the standard sandpaper. You got to buy the stuff that goes with it, and unfortunately you can't find it in most hardware stores. So been ordering it online. This one that I got here, this is a 220. I got this Serious Grit, and this particular pack was an assortment. It had 80. I've used all the 80 out of it, and then 120, 150, 180, and then 220. So for somebody who was really wanting to go through the progressions and use different grits, this is a nice little pack. So anyway, you can just get this stuff online. The other thing that I'm doing here is that I've got a system set up for my dust collection, and this is a piece out of a set that I got from Rockler, and there are various sizes that come. I think I got about 4 or 5 different attachment pieces. So instead of using the dust collector bag that comes with the sander, which quite honestly is nearly worthless, if you were doing just a little small job, I suppose it'd be okay, but for any length of time, you want something where you can collect your dust. And then I got this hose from them as well. This is a 12-foot hose, And I've got it set up on an Oneida Cyclone, the Desk Deputy. We have another video where we showed how to set that up, and they just got it hooked up to just a Craftsman shop vac. So anyway, you can probably see we were down to the 180 on this, and now we're going to the 220, and you can see a difference even to here from where now I've done it with the 220, and that's just as smooth as it can be. So we'll wipe this down real good before we start varnishing, but I think we're going to be good. And once we get a first good coat of varnish on here, we'll probably we may hit it again with the sander again once we get that first coat of varnish on. But anyway, yeah, it's coming good. We vacuumed real good, but now just taking a little bit of alcohol and water mixture and just wetting it down to try to make sure I get any loose dust off of there. And of course, we'll let this dry real good before we try to put some varnish on. But it's very warm, and with that alcohol, it'll evaporate pretty quick. I still feel just little teeny tiny gritty stuff on there. The other thing about spraying it down like this is you can kind of see what it's going to look like. It's beautiful. Wow. Oh my. Look at that. All right, after sanding at 220 and then vacuuming and then use the water alcohol to wipe it down and then some microfiber cloth. Now we're putting the varnish on and it is just flowing. I'm using the TotalBoat Lust, and the advantage of this, other than the fact that it just goes on so smooth, is that we're going to be able to overcoat this in an hour, maybe a little longer than that. Yeah, oh yeah, and then I did thin it. It's very hot out today. I used TotalBoat's brushing thinner as well. Well, I just want this on here as thin as I can go. Do not want to run, but I want it covered too. Right there, not covered. And then the rest of the trick's just keeping this wet edge and brushing back into it. Whew, that's awesome. Oh my. Get this so good that we never go in the water. I thought about coming over on the other side there, which I certainly could, but actually I can kind of see, because I'm at a better angle.
Get in that corner, yeah, you got it.
And then I'm just going to kind of lightly tip it back into itself. And it's smoothing really nice. You see those brush strokes for a minute, and then they just dissolve. So we kind of got it thick there, and then we'll pull it back up into it. That way we keep it thin, but still come back up to this wet edge. And I am no means good at this. I mean, I'm not a pro or anything. But this stuff's making it pretty easy. I look like I know what I'm doing. I play a boat builder on YouTube. Wow. Man, I can already feel that drying over there. It's going to be tricky doing this in the whitest part of this. It's going to have to go. I can see that little run right there. Let's pull it back.
And a couple bumps.
Where at? Uh-huh. You got that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. I can see a place up there where it's already starting to dry, and there's a tendency to go up there. Oh, I better go get some more on that. No, we're not doing that. We'll see what it's like after the whole thing dries, and this is just the first coat, so we actually can cover up a multitude of sins with future coats. Okay, that's good for now. All right, first coat of varnish is on. Wow, I saw one run. We can clearly fix that. Man, it's beautiful. Fantastic. I was really frustrated with this varnish on the deck after 3 coats, and I made a terrible mistake. I did this on the weekend. I did it late in the afternoon. I'm in northwest Missouri, and the temperature in the shop here was probably 95 degrees. And when I put that second and third coat on, doing the overcoat in an hour thing, with the TotalBoat Lust. There it is, peeking in off the shelf right down there. It started clumping up. I couldn't keep a wet edge to save myself. It was drying as soon as I put it on. So last night we sanded about 3 hours. Took it all the way down to 320 grit. And a lot of that was done by hand. 7 o'clock this morning, when it was about 62 degrees in here, we came back in here. So effectively we've got 3 coats on here. Boy, it's beautiful. Well, those hatches will look good on there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.